summer being just around the corner, it's time to lose some of that hibernation weight and get ready for the beach. That is why in this video, I'll be taking you through tips and tricks that I use to shred fat and maintain muscle. I'll then be taking you through one of my arm days in the gym, and stay tuned to the end where I'll show you how to make a high protein, healthy French toast breakfast. I'm sure you've heard before somebody say the kitchen is way more important than lifting weights. And although it is a huge part of losing weight and shredding the fat, it isn't everything, right? It's all of the choices that we make throughout the day. That is why it starts the moment you get yourself out of bed. And that is why every day I start my day by weighing myself. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and buy the most expensive scale, although it is cool to be able to tell your body fat percentage and water content and all this. It's not necessary. At the end of the day, you just want to see that number so that you can get a reference of your progress and how you're moving along. And this brings me on to my next point. Don't get discouraged. Weight fluctuates constantly depending on your water content and digestion. So what I recommend is weigh yourself at the same time every day, preferably in the morning. If you don't like the number on the scale, be a lumberjack. Chop a log in the bathroom. Look, I know nobody wants to hear this, but tracking your calories is one of the most impactful things that you can do. One, it's going to keep you consistent every day. It's going to keep you honest with yourself because then you have to actually input the things that you're eating. And it's also just going to give you a good reference of how the calories you're eating is going to impact your number on the scale or how you're feeling energy-wise and all this. Now, it can get quite annoying recording your calories every day. They make a lot of good apps that make it super easy, but at the end of the day, people don't want to be doing that all the time. What I would recommend is track it for at least one day, maybe two. That way you can get a reference of the things that you're eating in a typical day and how many calories are actually in it, right? Because we may look at the foods we're eating and think, this can't be that calorie dense. You know, the truth is you just don't know until you track it. So if you can get a rough estimate of the typical things that you're eating in a day, that way you don't have to track it every day, right? As long as you're eating some of the similar things, then you'll know you're within your range. Next up, I want to talk about meal prep. In general, if you want to shred the fat, you got to be consuming whole foods that are high in protein. The best way to do that is with meal prep. Personally, because I'm not the craziest chef, I just go to YouTube, I scroll through, see what looks the best, see what I want to eat, and then I'll just follow the video exactly how it does. Boom, you got nice meal prep for the week. Let's be honest, we're all guilty of after a long day of work, sitting around watching TV and you get that craving to just snack on something. Now this can be detrimental for losing fat, so it might be time to think about filling the house with more healthy snacks. This is by far my favorite bedtime healthy snack. You start off by adding 140 grams of frozen fruit of your choice. My choice is to go with frozen mangoes because I love mangoes, but any frozen fruit will do. Next up, we got some plain yogurt. I chose to go with plain stuff just because we're warming up mangoes anyway, so that's gonna add all the flavor you need to make it taste really good. So this whole bowl, the yogurt, the fruit, comes out to 150 calories, 18 grams of protein, and 22 grams of carbs. As you can see, there's quite a bit in the bowl. It's filling. It's not that much calories, high in protein. It's a great bedtime snack, and it tastes good too. Now let's talk about cardio. Cardio is so beneficial in helping you lose weight because you're going to be burning calories in a healthy way. Now that's not saying that you have to go out and be running multiple times a week. I like to do that, so that's what I choose to do for my cardio. But there are other options. Go take your dog for a walk, go for a hike, play sports, go swimming. All these things that get your body moving, you're gonna be burning calories, and it's gonna be good for your heart, cardio-wise. So just find something that you enjoy to do, because the more you enjoy it, the more you're gonna be willing to go do it again. If you're running and you absolutely hate running, the odds that you're gonna wanna go do it the next day, very small. So find what you like to do. Lastly, remember, be patient with yourself, be kind. These things take time. It's not something that is just gonna happen overnight. You're gonna have to do it for a long period of time. So if you mess up and you indulge a little bit too much, that's okay. Just reset the next day and keep going forward. The quicker that you can get off the rails and get back on track, the better you'll be down the road. So nobody's perfect. And also, this is just stuff that I've been doing and what's been working for me. And it's not necessarily gonna work for everybody else, right? Like maybe take a little bit of what I said and tweak it for yourself. Try it out. If it doesn't work, tweak it again, try something else. The point is this is just something that I'm doing that's working for me, something for you guys maybe to get started. So I come from a long lineage of hurt shoulders passed down from generation to generation. So any upper body day, I'm doing these shoulder warm-ups just to keep everything lubricated. So I start off with 10 to 15, pulling it out to the side. I'll turn around, I'll go the opposite way, 10, 15. And then I'll do these kind of like, almost like you're pulling a bow back. Do these, and then I'll lock my elbow in and just kind of get the rotator cuff going. This has got to be one of the better days. Straight arms, biceps, triceps, forearms. You leave with a massive pump and you just feel good. So starting off, we're gonna do barbell bicep curls, 3 sets of 8. I don't get why arm day gets some of the hate that it does. People are saying it's just an ego lift day, it's just the ego. You don't need an arm day, you hit that on back. Well, you know what? I like to hit arms. I like to have a nice big arm that fills up my shirt. Or maybe I'm compensating for something. This next one is probably one of my favorite bicep exercises. If I can get these leveled out. I'm a little bit colorblind. But yeah, these, and that doesn't have a handle. So with these, take a little step forward, and you can either stand feet side by side, or I like to have a little step. Pull your elbows way back, and then you get this nice deep stretch, and you pull it up. And on the bottom, it just feels like your bicep's about to be teared off, Just like a nice juicy piece of ribs that's been smoked for like 10 hours. Just like sweet, covered in barbecue sauce, tender. What were we talking about again? As you get to your last set and you're doing your final reps, so that you can get a couple more partials in, so say you're back here, you can only get so far. If you just pull your elbows forward a little bit, you get a little bit more leverage to come up, and then pull your elbows back. And then you get a few more of these like just partial on the way down. And you just get a couple extra reps, that stretch. This is probably one of the only times that it's okay to cheat and you won't get your truck keyed, so take advantage. This next one a buddy of mine showed me. So it's just a variation of overhead tricep extensions, but using this bench, you can support your back, and that way, your core is not a limiting factor in how much you can push. And it also kind of isolates your tricep a little bit more, which is nice. So I just go until back of my head's near the top, bar over top, and then controlled far down as you can go, extend up. Final bicep exercise, hammer curls. And these ones, over exaggerating your shoulder, reaching across your body. Finish off the workout, I did 3 sets of 8 of cable tricep extensions, going to failure on my last set, followed by forearm cable curls, single arm, superset into reverse curls on the cable row machine. Workout complete. Time for another progress report. So I weighed in at 175.6. which puts me about a pound down in the last 2 weeks. So about half a pound a week, which is exactly what I wanted to slowly just get rid of the fat and maintain the muscle. So this is the physique right now. Yeah, so far the cut's been going good. So yeah, keep going. Alrighty, you work hard, you get to feast after. Today, we're making some high protein French toast. And honestly, rather simple. If I'm making it, it must be really easy because I am a terrible chef. But don't tell anyone. Anyway, all you need, 2 eggs, some milk, vanilla extract, and then some bread. I like sourdough, it's my favorite, so that's what I'm gonna be using. Start off, crack the eggs. Been working on my one-hand cracks, as you can tell. Hopefully no shells in there, but not bad. Throw a little bit of vanilla extract in there. Do a quarter cup of milk. We'll mix this John up. Now that our pan's hot enough to make even a senior say something out of pocket, we're gonna grab our bread, soak it into the mixture. You wanna get it nice and soaked, like you're trying to win a wet t-shirt contest. And into the pan. Do that 3 times. Forgot to mention, I threw a little bit of cinnamon on top. And then with the extra, I'll just pour it on top a little bit. Once it's ready to be flipped, then you start living a little dangerous. Don't try this at home. Oh, not bad. While that's cooking, we're gonna get the chocolate peanut butter protein sauce going. So we got a scoop of chocolate protein, throw in about 10 grams of PB Fit, and then you're gonna add about 150 grams of protein milk. And then add a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the consistency you want. All right, so now we're just gonna drizzle it on top. Like so. Not too bad, guys, not too bad. That's good. So in total, this meal comes to 925 calories, 85 grams of protein, 16 grams of fat, and 111 grams of carbs. So I would say that's pretty good. You know, it's high in protein, low in fat, good carbs, a little bit higher on the calorie side. But then again, if you just tone back 1 piece of bread, that'll cut out 200 calories or so. And now it's only around 700, which is a good spot. So it all depends on what you want to do. It's a good meal to fuel you for working out. And yeah, it's high in protein, so that's always good. Again, guys, I'm no wizard or scientist in this, but in general, the higher the protein is going to be better for building muscle and getting leaner, because it takes your body more calories to burn that protein, and it also is good for the muscles and all that. So the less fat and carbs, the higher the protein in general, it's going to be good. Obviously you still need healthy fats for your body to run, and you need carbs for energy. So I'm not saying to completely eliminate those, but the more higher protein meals that you have, the better in general. As this video reaches the finish line, I'm down to my last bite, so I'm just gonna put it in my mouth. Really good. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm hoping this video was helpful to you, and at the very least a little bit entertaining. Either way, if you liked it, drop a like below. Until next time, peace.